Welcome to our channel. Today, we have the following news. After 4 seasons of The Truth, I realized Liu Yuning is no longer afraid of the dark. After watching 4 seasons of The Truth, one thing becomes increasingly clear: the show is no longer simply a mystery-solving variety program. It has become a reunion of familiar friends, and Liu Yuning's own growth perfectly reflects that transformation. In his Season 4 farewell message, Liu Yuning admitted that when the first season began, he never imagined the show would reach a 4th season. Now, every recording feels like coming home. That simple statement says a lot about the unusual chemistry the program has built over the years. Most variety shows struggle to maintain a stable cast for even 3 seasons. Scheduling conflicts, repetitive formats, declining ratings, and conflicts between fandoms can gradually destroy the original atmosphere. Yet The Truth has managed to preserve something increasingly rare: genuine familiarity between its participants. In the first season, everyone was still getting to know one another. By the second, they had developed chemistry. By the third, they could understand each other's jokes. By the fourth, they often seemed able to understand one another without saying much at all. That familiarity also explains some of the season's most memorable moments. Jinjing's zero-vote escape was undoubtedly an impressive achievement. She successfully understood how her longtime teammates were thinking, predicting who would suspect whom and which details could change their votes. But what viewers remembered most was not simply the clever deduction. It was her handwritten letter afterward. In a highly competitive reasoning game, a zero-vote escape should be the ultimate victory. Yet the show still left room for vulnerability and emotion. That is what makes The Truth different. Small gestures, writing a letter, bringing peaches for everyone, helping a teammate in the darkness, are treated as meaningful parts of the story. This season, Liu Yuning also played 6 very different characters, each representing a different emotional dilemma. And Yuning could reason correctly yet still receive an unsatisfying ending, reflecting the frustration of people who do everything right but cannot control the outcome. Ningbo represented someone who knew when to retreat from trouble. Ningbo lost his memory but retained his sense of justice and kindness. Other characters explored protection, competition, loneliness, and companionship. Perhaps the most striking was Ningning, whose emotional world became connected to AI companionship. Just a few years ago, this might have sounded futuristic. Today, however, AI companionship has become part of everyday life for many young people living alone. Some talk to AI late into the night, share personal thoughts with it, or seek simple words of comfort. The emotional power of Ningning's story comes from the contradiction. She knows the companion is artificial, yet the feelings she experiences are real. That distinction makes the character more than a plot device. It turns a mystery game into a reflection of modern loneliness. And then there is Liu Yuning himself. He once described himself as being only 1.3 meters tall in the dark, despite being much taller in reality. It was his humorous way of describing how frightened he used to be whenever the lights went out. Now, he says he can stand and walk through the darkness. On the surface, this sounds like a simple joke about overcoming fear. But after 4 seasons, it has become an unexpectedly fitting metaphor for his development. He also admitted that he used to be easily influenced by other people's reasoning. Now, he is more capable of stepping back, analyzing the evidence independently, and trusting his own judgment. Interestingly, the audience has undergone a similar transformation. In the first season, viewers often followed whichever guest sounded most convincing. By Season 4, many were creating their own timelines, analyzing character relationships, identifying contradictions, and predicting the culprit before the reveal. The show has therefore grown together with its audience. That may be one of the biggest reasons it has survived. Rather than relying entirely on dramatic conflicts or sensational editing, The Truth often preserves small, seemingly insignificant moments. Someone brings fruit. Someone writes a letter. Someone quietly protects another teammate. In many competitive variety shows, these moments might be edited out because they do not create controversy or generate explosive headlines. Here, they are part of the show's identity. The mystery is important, but the relationships are what make viewers return. Liu Yuning's role is especially meaningful because he has been present throughout the entire journey. He has watched the cast evolve, experienced his own transformation, and gradually become one of the people who makes the group feel complete. His statement that recording feels like coming home therefore carries more weight than a typical promotional farewell. 4 seasons have created something that cannot be manufactured overnight: trust. Trust between teammates. Trust between the cast and the production team. and trust between the show and its audience. That is also why Liu Yuning's journey from fear in the dark to walking confidently through it feels so appropriate. The real achievement of the truth is not simply that the cases became more complicated. It is that everyone became more comfortable, more observant, and more willing to trust one another. After 4 seasons, perhaps the audience is no longer watching just to discover who the culprit is. They are watching to see who will protect whom in the dark, who will make everyone laugh when things become awkward, and who will still bring something to share when the game is over. And sometimes, those small moments are the real mystery, and the real answer to why a show can make it all the way to its 4th season.